السلام عليكم. صباح الخير. كيف أحوالكم؟ إن شاء الله بخير. أحبائي الطلبة والطالبات، نتحدث اليوم حول موضوع مهم في مجالنا الطبي، وهو English for the medical communication and terminology. As you know, English is a living language, and it's growing all the time. One way that a new word come into the language is when words are borrowed from other language. The English language is originated from many languages, which is the original and the modified language, like Latin, Greek, and French. Most of the European language are originated from the Latin and Greek. When we are using the medical term, we have classified the medical term to many classifications. One of that, which is called the decodable. The decodable. Decodable, what that mean? Mean that the term we are using will be divided into many parts, like a train. That part, which is called prefix, root, suffix, plus the vowel, اسم الموصول, plus the combining vowel, or the combining form. Then we have a 5-part in this term, what is called decodable term. Decodable term. It is clear. So when we are going to form the term, we should have prefix, root, suffix, plus vowel, plus combined form, which is forming the root in addition to the vowel. In addition to the vowel. This is combination will give us the term. We come to the roots. Most of the roots are derived from the Latin and Greek. Two different roots like have the same meaning. Have the same meaning. Like echo and ECG. EKG. One, it is cardia, mean heart. The other one, cardio, is the heart. One, it is Greek. One, it is Latin. I know it is difficult to memorize all the terms, but we can get an experience to keep as much we can from that term. Memorize that part, and the whole word can be disfigured. Example, gastritis. Gastritis. The gastritis is formed from 2 parts. The root and the suffix. إذن عندنا مقدمة والجذر والمؤخرة. إضافة إلى الاسم الموصول، إضافة إلى المركب. Combined form. The ITIS, when we said gastritis, mean that inflammation of the stomach. Inflammation of the stomach. ITIS, which is coming at the end of the root, give the meaning of that root. Gastritis. gastrology. So different. Logy is a suffix, itis is a suffix, ولكن now it's become different meaning by using the different suffix. Additional. Well, now we give another example. Gastroenteritis. Gastroenteritis. Gast means stomach, or is a vowel, the اسم الموصول. Enter is the meaning the intestine, and itis. So in this term we have root, vowel, root, suffix. Do you understand this? Or I repeat it? Repeat it. Okay. Gastroenteritis. Gast mean the stomach, or mean the vowel, الاسم الموصول. Enteri is the intestine, and itis meaning the suffix of inflammation. So we have gastroenteritis. Another example, osteoarthritis. Osteoarthritis. Ost, عظام, bone, or the vowel, اسم الموصول. Arth is the joint, المفاصل, and itis is the indication of the suffix, that osteomyelitis. Osteomyelitis, the same. It is root, vowel, root, and suffix. Is it clear? We give another example for that. Pericarditis. It is prefix, root, and suffix. Repeated. Pericarditis. Pericarditis. It is prefix, مقدمة, root, الجذر, and itis, the suffix. So all these samples are called decodable term. So the decodable term is forming from whether as a prefix, root, suffix, or a prefix, root, vowel, root, vowel, suffix, or prefix, root, suffix, or sometime we have a prefix and suffix like hemiplegia. So this is the formation of the decodable word. Here we have some example of the root, like plast, mean that cytoplast. Plast mean immature. Cytoplast mean vowel, plast mean immature cell, or cytoplastoma mean that. Example, cytoplastoma, cancer made by immature cell, or carcinoma, or carcinogenic. You see, all these, the combination between the root and the suffix give the meaning to the term. The cytotoxic, cyte means cell, toxic mean the toxic of the cell, cytotoxic, or derm. Derm means skin. Derm means skin. So we get dermatitis. Dermatitis التهاب في الجلد or contact dermatitis يعني التهاب في الجلد نتيجة انه الاتصال او نتيجة الاحتكاك بمواد كيميائية او غير ذلك. Histology, histoblastoma, histology, hist root, logy, the suffix means studying of the tissue. Okay, hepatitis, hepatology, hepatomegaly. See, all these, the root is one root, but the application depending on the need of that application to use the proper term. Oncology, oncology means specialist in the cancer studies. See, the science of the cancer studies or the study of cancer. Osteo is a bony tissue or bone. Osteomyelitis, osteoarthritis, osteitis. This is some example we are talking about it. As we said about the decodable term, we have prefix, we have a root, we have a suffix. Then we have a vowel and we have combined form. This is the train of the decodable term, but the application depends on the location of that term. It is very important to be careful when you are using your term. Sometimes, if you are using the term in improper way, that means you lost the confidence of your colleagues because you didn't put that term in the proper way. For example, ileum and ileum. One ileum is part of the intestine and the other ileum is a part of the pelvis. The same pronunciation, but is different writing. See? Now we come to the sample of a prefix. As we said, a prefix is a part. This is that المقدمة مقدمة الجذر تقع في مقدمة الجذر. We have many prefix for that, like an, anemia, lack of red blood cells, like AB, away from, abnormal, anything out of normal. AD, which mean nearby, you see, or forward, like adrenal gland, a gland which is nearby to the kidney. Bi, mean two, bilateral. You see, this is bilateral kidney, bilateral artery, bilateral vein, bilateral muscles, like this. This mean that difficulty, this mean pain, dysfunction mean that doesn't work in a proper way, ectopic pregnancy, ectopic filling, you see, outside, ectopic pregnancy is outside of the uterine, while ectopic filling mean that outside of the root, you see. Ectopic infection, outside of the place happened that infection. Endo mean inside. Endodontic, endoscopy. You see, all that mean inside. Endoscopy, الناظور. Endodontic, root canal filling. You see, like this. Hyper, which is excessive, above. Hyperplasia, meaning growth of the tissue. You see, hypertension, mean no increase in the blood pressure. You see, like this. Hypo, mean beneath. Hypodermic, below. Hypodermic. Hypodermic mean injection under the skin. And many like of this example also. Post-surgical stage. Post mean after. Post-surgical stage. Post-surgical instruction. Post-extraction instruction. All that give that meaning. We come to the end of that root. End of that root, which is called suffix. Suffix. We give example for that. Inya. And in that, the condition of the blood. Inya. Leukemia. سرطان الدم. Leukemia. Cancer of blood cell. Ectomy. Appendicectomy. مثلا استئصال الزائدة الدودية. اكو سؤال لحد الآن؟ كلكم فاهمين؟ ولا أعيدها؟ نعم. The suffix give the meaning of the root when we are using, like itis, like carcinoma, like many things. In different places, in different using of the suffix. So that means, for example, emia, leukemia. Ectomy mean removing, cutting, like appendicectomy, colonectomy, gastrectomy, oesophageectomy, you see, odontectomy, all that mean removed. Ology, cardiology mean the studying of the heart, science of the heart, diseases, anatomy, anything. Cardiology. Oma, like rhinoblastoma. You see, retinoblastoma. All that mean oma, it is a tumor. Carcinoma. Bathy mean that a disease. Neuropathy. Ashes, which is disease also, the condition. Necrosis mean the death of the cell. Necrosis, bone necrosis, cell necrosis, tissue necrosis. All these necrosis mean the end or the death of the cells. Another example we give, like AL, pertaining to dental, pertaining to the teeth, or ER, who, the speaker, who, that mean who that speak, the speaker, or ABLE, ably. You see like this, playable. You see, which is capable to play. واضح? Is it clear? Any question? Okay. We come to الاسم الموصول اللي نقول عليه انه الفاول. Combined vowel, we have main combining vowel, which is letter, sometime used to joint word part, usually O. The most vowel we are using O, but we have another vowel A, E, I, and U. This is mostly our vowel we are using, but the most common one is the O. For example, for that, you see, gastro, gastro, osteo, osteo, you see, gastro, intro, arithro, cardio. While combining form, this is the root, and O, it is called combining form. Combining form. Arith, O. Arith, O. Adino. Arithro. Bio. Carcino. Cardio. You see, this is what is called combining form. Cyto. Adino. Dermato. Intro, arithro, gastro. Any question? We have some application now. That application, we have a one word, but we have a different suffix. That different suffix, which is we can apply. If the question coming, we bring one root and we bring some suffix and said, okay, combine that root with the suitable suffix, with a suitable suffix. This is the example for it, ophthalmo. You see, ophthalm, the root O is a vowel. This both of them is in combined form. And we have the suffix itis, algia, algia, tomy, scope, logi, plasty. This is, we can apply them to the ophthalmo, ophthalmology, ophthalmoplasty, ophthalmotomy, ophthalmitis, you see, algia, you see, ophthalmalgia, the same in ot, the same in gas, the same in rhino, the same in hepato, the same in arthro. We have a different vowel, and that different vowel, and different suffix. We use the vowel also in order, or without vowel, in order to combine them to give the meaning of that term. So here, some example. Ost, O, arth, itis. Ost is the root. O is the vowel. And arth is the word root also. And itis is the indication of an inflammation, that the suffix. We have another example for that. You see, subgastralgia, subgastralgia. Sub, as we told, it is under, mean that the prefix sub, gast is what is mean the root, plus the algia is the suffix. Subgastralgia, subgastralgia. Prefix, root, suffix. Another term, we see transcardiopulmonitis. Transcardiopulmonitis. Trans is the prefix, card is the root. You see, هنا O is the vowel, plus the pulmon is the lung, you see, plus the itis, the inflammation. And then transcardiopulmonitis. أعيدها. We have in this term, we have a prefix, we have a root, we have a vowel, we have a root, we have a suffix. If I bring it in the exam and we put table and said, okay, break down this root, prefix, suffix, vowel. You put underline on them, or we bring a table and you put on the table with the proper position of that part. Proper position of that part. Another example, Peri-osteoarthromegaly. Peri-osteoarthromegaly. What we have? We have a prefix. We have a root. We have a vowel. We have a root. We have a vowel in addition to suffix. So we have a combining of prefix, root, vowel, and root, vowel, plus the suffix. Arthromegaly. Any question? Okay, we finish now the decodable. We come to the non-decodable. Non-decodable. The non-decodable is the same term. You can't divide it. You can't break it down. It comes as it is. As it is. Like word use in medicine, whose defined must be memorized without the benefit of word part. No part. Like asthma, cataract. And we have another part, we use it like sight word are, any, gain, cross, above, among, another. You see, against, answer, are not. All this is called non-decodable. Non-decodable. We have another things, which is called eponymous. Eponymous. What that mean, eponymous? Eponymous, you know, as we said, all the term originated from the Latin and Greek. But sometime there is a new definition, the new for the diseases. It wasn't on that time, like Behçet syndrome. The name of the, or pastors, you see, or Alzheimer, or many, many things. Most of the syndromes now, they are named by the person who discovered or diagnosed that diseases. So this is called eponymous, eponymous, eponymous. Like Alzheimer, Parkinsonism, Lou Gehrig disease, Apgar score, and others. And another term we are using, the simple. The simple, to keep it and memorize it, to give shortages of the writing, like plus stand for the present, minus stand for absence. You see, arrow in the above means it's high. You see, increase. Above, arrow in the lower, that means decrease. You see, we have another things. What is the abbreviation? So rather than you write a letter, a long letter, you are using the abbreviation, like BDS, Bachelor in Dental Surgery, like MPH, M-Pharma, MPH, you see, PhD, Doctor Philosophy, like this. This is in order to reduce the writing time. This is example. We have a two type of abbreviation, the simple abbreviation and the acronymous abbreviation, which is give the meaning. It's a long abbreviation. Acute lymphoblastic leukemia, ALL, you see, AML, you see, FSH, follicle stimulatory hormone, you see, T1, T2, T3, you see, ACTH, all that abbreviation for something we are meaning. We have a rule. How to use the combining vowel. When? Combining vowel is not used when suffix begin with vowel A, E, I, O, U. Do you understand this? So we can use the suffix if the vowel here, the combining vowel, when the suffix begin with A, E, I, O, U. Combining vowel is used when the suffix begin with consonant, a consonant. A consonant means that it's a speech sound that is not a vowel. It also refers to a letter of the alphabet represent those sounds. Z, B, T, G, and H. Do you understand this? Sometimes combined vowel always used when two or more root elements are joined, like osteoarthritis, osteoarthritis. Prefix doesn't require any combined vowel. And this is the examples. Any question? Okay, thank you. See you next lecture. Bye. Thank you very much.